morning, guys. My name is FifiRich. I'm a makeup artist and I'm an inspirator. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good. Bestie, you can join me. I'm having a conversation about why do you feel the way you feel? Why do you feel the way you feel? I am a makeup artist that's also a personal development coach, and I also help people to take care of their nutrition while they are busy in their everyday lives. So I've found some elements, some factors to consider as people feel stuck, as people feel unproductive, as people feel like instead of progressing, their lives are digressing. But first of all, because you're here, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Good. How important is personal development to you? Sorry, where are you watching from? Where are you connecting from?
Nigeria.
Ah, my sis, you there now. Oh, I did from Botswana. Yes, so that is be my sis. Oh, thank you. Okay, sis. So, how important is personal development to you?
Mhm. Mm, mm.
Thank you for coming, guys. It's a question I like to ask because I believe personally that all true development starts with the self. All true development starts with the self. So when we want to effect changes in our lives in any area, we first have to look at self. What is my concept of self? What do I say about myself? Where do I want to go in this life? What do I want to achieve? How do I define myself? It starts with the self. So it's very important. It's very important. So when you can take care of self, you can now go into social and look at what's going on around me, who's around me. Is there anybody hindering me from getting to where I want to get? What is the hindrances and then what can I do about them? And then you find that in dealing with things like this, self, we now deal with our humanity as it is in its wholesome manner. What makes a human being? Spirit, soul, and what else? Bestie, what makes you you? Your spirit, your soul, and your
Uh,
mm-hmm, body.
yes, your body. Yeah.
You are a spirit. You possess a soul and you live in a body, isn't it? Goldberg, thank you for coming. So these are the elements that make you to be you. And so today I wanted to talk about how you feel is affected by different things. Sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm having positive vibes. Sometimes you feel a bit low. Sometimes you feel like, oh no, things are not working. Sometimes you feel like I'm not progressing. But the one thing we can all agree on universally as human beings is that we all want to make progress in life. Do you agree?
Yes.
We can all agree, no matter you're in Nigeria, no matter one is in Ghana, no matter you're in South Africa, no matter I'm in Botswana, no matter somebody's in the United States of America, no matter somebody's in China, the one thing we can all agree on as human beings is that we all want to make progress in life. We all want to become better than we were yesterday. We all want to attain a better life. And that is also inspired by different things. For you, it may be, I need a better life for my children. I need a better life for my spouse. I need a better life for my parents because I grew up not having everything. And so I'm trying to get there. So we're all inspired by different things, but the fact is one inspiration. We want to progress in life. And so, number one, the reason why sometimes we feel the way we do, whether good or bad, I wanna give us factors to consider. The first one, thank you, Giseho, for coming. The first one is diet and nutrition. what are we putting in our bodies? What are we eating from day to day? What do you think about that?
It's very, very good that you eating a good food. For you to be eating a good food is very, very important in our health, in our body. So, as a human being in this life, your first priority is your health. So,
Thank you.
make sure, yes, for your first priority is your health. So, try as much as possible to at least for you to live in a good health and for you to be healthy. Make sure
Yeah,
you eat good food, good
good
diet,
food.
no matter how
Good
small
food.
it is. Something that will
Food, I
give
think.
you something that will, be good, build your body, your system, build your
Yeah,
immunity. So
that's
that is
true.
what you need to do. It's very, very
Yes.
important. Yeah, it's
Yes.
very, very important.
Yes, na so na. Yes, na ha. So thank you so much. You are very correct. So it matters what we put in our system, what we're eating. And a lot of us will find that we live very busy lives nowadays. We're working, we've got career, business, school, sometimes even many jobs. Some people manage multiple jobs at a time. So we find sometimes we neglect this thing subconsciously or consciously. We say, oh, let me just grab whatever is there, whatever. But as we're just grabbing the fast food because that's what's readily available, what does it mean for us 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line? Are we trying to get wealth and only to find we've lost our health? And then we have to regain the health with the money we made back in the days. And now, what's the use? What is the use of health with a bad, wealth with a bad health? Is not worth it. You find anybody can tell you that if I'm unhealthy but I have all the money in the world, it does make sense. And so this is where I come in also as a personal development coach to say, well, I also think, it's worth it to talk about diet and nutrition. And I help people like you and I who are busy today, who are stressed out by life, by issues, by sudden changes, to think about nutrition while we're so busy. And so I've got something like Herbalife, and Herbalife is a nutritional and supplementing brand that's known all over the world. So you could get with me for that. You could join for yourself and buy at your own, 25% discount, or you could directly purchase. And it doesn't matter wherever you are in the world. You just register online and you're good. So this is something that I talk about, and it's like you could have your health taken care of as you're busy. You could do your nutritional shakes, your smoothies, you could have your herbal teas, and they also have skincare, amazing skincare. I use the skincare. I've started using the skincare, and it's awesome. And I'm a makeup artist, and I also encourage that people take care of their skin. So for me, I come as a personal development coach that is interested in the wholesome well-being of a person, not only personal development as though as in mental development. So health, spirit, soul, and body, that's me. And so another thing is environment. Sometimes we feel the way we feel because of environment. If you are in an environment that fights you, and an environment can fight, an environment that's not conducive, an environment in which the people around you are not aligned to your vision, your goals, your purpose. Maybe they're talking down on you, they're negative, they're like, oh, nobody made it. Who do you think you are? Nobody in the family made it. Your grandmother died poor. Your mother died poor. What do you think you are doing? You're wasting your time. If you're in an environment that is not stimulating you, no matter you're so intelligent, you're so driven, you are so much of a go-getter, we are going to have a problem. Environment. So we have to think about this. What do you think about the environment? I understand that a fish can be in its fish tank, but if the water is contaminated, if the water is sick, it can kill the fish. You can have a fish die and you call your fish doctor and they look at it and they're like, but the fish was not sick unto death. It's just that the water got contaminated. So that when the water is sick, the fish can die because it continues to eat food from the water. So what are we eating? What is our water like? So sometimes we're dying because of the wrong water, because of sick water, contaminated water. Who is speaking to your water? Your water being your environment. And what are they saying? Is it words that are building you up? Is it words that are crushing you? Is it things that are discouraging you? What are you going to do about your environment? So sometimes we feel like I am stuck. I'm not progressing. I'm in a rut. Oh my word. Because of environmental factors. We got to look at that. Sometimes it's family and we're like, but I love these people. It's my friend, my family. We love them, but they're killing us. We love them, but we need to love wisely and manage love. If you're loving unto your own death, does it make sense? All right. And number 3, we've got an issue that is so serious where people can just not be responsible for themselves. Failure to be responsible, failure to take responsibility for your own life, bestie, it's a problem. It's a problem. I understand you are not responsible for the conditions under which you were born, but you're responsible for how you end in this life. You're responsible for what you do with the circumstances under which you were born. So mom and dad may have been poor. Everybody may have been poor. Doesn't mean you have to remain poor. Doesn't mean you have to die poor. Thank you for coming. User, you're welcome. If you're watching in the For You page, just say hi. I hear you, girl. So we are all responsible for our own lives. And until you're ready to take responsibility for your own life, I can't help you. Nobody can help you. Your doctor can't help you. Even your pastor, even your spiritual leader, nobody can help. You first take responsibility to say, hey, I am where I am today because of this and that and that and that. And I'm the only person that gets to decide what I want to make out of this. You're where you are because of something you either did or did not do. So when you see where you are today and you say, where am I? Do I like it? If you like it, fine, continue. But chances are you don't like it. Chances are there's still areas of your life that need improvement. There's still areas of your life you can say, oh, let me tweak it a little bit, take it up the notch a little bit. Let me fix this, let me fix that, so that I can ultimately make progress in life and become a better person. Thank you, Mzulu, for following. I appreciate you. Are you picking something? Can you comment? This is a serious season, guys. I'm here for you. And I'm a personal development coach. If you're new here, I'm FifiRich. I'm a makeup artist and a personal development coach. I've got impactful programs online, including on my YouTube channel. So you can get with me. Find my flyer. It's in the top of my pinned post. You can get with me from there. You're gonna find a contact to talk to, okay? And let me know which areas of your life you wish to effect change in, so that we can start talking about what happened, how you got here, and why you're not able to progress further. All right. So thank you so much. So you are responsible for your own self. So until you're ready to do what you need to do to make the change, nobody can help you. I just come in as a progress facilitator, but the work has to be coming from you, the desire. So is your desire to change greater than your desire not to change? Is your desire to change greater than your desire not to? Or do you feel like you're just fine? Thank you. Thank you, God first, for following. Guys, super tap, super tap, super tap. Let somebody know that there's this chick called FifiRich and she's in Botswana. And when she's online, she's just here to say useful things. She's here to add value. I believe it value. The world is not getting any easier. So if we cannot think about self-improvement to help us to survive the world that's coming, we've got a hard thing coming. We've got a sad thing coming. So you have to take responsibility for yourself. So today we're talking about what's the one thing that just don't make sense. We're talking about the one thing that don't make sense. Thank you, Richie. Thank you for coming. You're welcome. Super tip, guys. Gifts are allowed. The one thing that don't make sense to you. And we're talking about why you feel the way you feel. And so number one, we talked about diet and nutrition. And I said you can get with me. You can get with me for diet and nutritional needs because I help you to take care of your health and well-being even when you are busy. Okay, and I have my own personal story about this. Okay, it just came from the fact that earlier this year I got a conviction that even as I'm busy, I should not neglect my diet and my health. Okay, and so we also have number two, environment. You feel the way you feel because of an environment that you're in, so you got to check your environment. And then also, we've got a failure to take responsibility for your life. It affects how you feel. If you feel stuck in life, you've not taken responsibility enough for something. So you need to think about these things. If you can consider the things I'm talking about just today, it's enough to start making progress. It's enough to say, oh, no, I need to get with Fifi and we need to now start working. We got to do our homework, guys. I've got homework. I'm doing my own homework and I come in and help you to do your own homework as I'm doing my own homework. All right. Moses, you're back here. Thank you so much, guys. Gifts are allowed. Super tap, super tap, super tap. Let me know how I'm doing. Are we moving together? Bestie, what do you think? I'm not here for too long. I think we have 7 minutes.
Yeah. I'm grabbing something. I'm enjoying it. No worry, I'm enjoying it.
Thank you so much. And so, the other thing, Bestie, my sister, is oftentimes we feel the way we
Can
feel.
I can I
Yes, Charity, thank you.
can I ask you something?
Yeah, yes,
Can I ask you something?
yes, please.
What can someone do? What can someone do to, as in, what can someone do to stop thinking negatively? Like, what can you do to help yourself to think negatively? Allow negativity to, be around you. If you want to think something positive, something negative, the negative one will just came. What can you do to remove it from your thinking? What can you do to do that to help yourself?
Okay.
I don't know whether you can help me
Um,
to,
yeah, I think I understand you, but my first question becomes, what is the cause of the negative thoughts? Where are they coming from? Every thought has to come from somewhere. There's got to be something that is a breeding ground for these thoughts to keep coming and to keep multiplying and magnifying in our mind. So where is it coming from? As a man thinketh, so is he. So the way we think, it's influenced by something. Is it you have a negative belief system about yourself or about your life because of the way you were raised, because of your background? Is it that parents grew up saying things that have become reality for you? There's things that happen in a child's life. Angel, thank you for coming. Guys, thank you for coming. I'm not here for long. I think I have 5 minutes. We can always continue also maybe tomorrow or one of these days. So, bestie, when a child grows up, they are innocent souls. A child is just like a blank canvas, and what we experience, what we hear, what we see, now these are drawings that are being put on this canvas. So how the canvas looks tomorrow depends on what was happening over time as the child was growing. So as we grow up, we have two major things. Number one, we have exposures. Number two, we have experiences. So exposure is what we're exposed to as we're growing, and the experience is what we actually experience as we're growing, what really happens to us, what we go through. So exposures and experiences, they cause us to have what I call a narrative. A narrative becomes an education. So it's an education based on what we were exposed to, what we experienced as we were growing up. And these things, if not taken care of, they become reality, they become strongholds. value system, belief system in our minds, even following us into adulthood. So we got to check the background first and say where you grew up, what were you exposed to, what did you experience, what happened. So it creates a narrative. A narrative is an education. So the narrative can either be a positive narrative or a negative narrative, positive education or negative education. So we need to have a conversation around that. So oftentimes my personal development coaching practice is unique because I deal with, let's go back to the past. And then when we deal with the past, tell me what happened from the time you were born as far as you can remember until now. We're going to find that there are things that happened along the journey that made you to believe some things you believe about yourself that may be negative. So now we have to learn and relearn. We have to identify those negative narratives, and then we have to eliminate them. And now when we eliminate them, we replace them with positive narratives. So it's about learning and relearning. So it's about how willing are you to learn and to relearn. This is where I say you gotta do your homework. So you have to investigate your life and see, is there patterns, is there trends that made for negative narratives. It happens to all of us, even myself. I grew up when I was growing up, I discovered my parents were having issues in their marriage, and they divorced when I was really young. When I grew up, my dad was already gone. So this created a narrative that men come to go, because my dad, who was supposed to be my first boyfriend in my life, my first protector, my first shelter, my first covering as a young girl, he left. He had to go. And so the narrative it introduces in my mind is men come to go. So when I have a partner, I'm expecting that he has to go because that's what I saw. That's a narrative. That's an education. So when I see a man, I'm like, you are here so that you go. So if you take too long, I might be the one to fight you so you go, because the norm is that you go. Meanwhile, I got to investigate and learn, something is not right. It doesn't mean that every man comes to go, because my friends, some of their parents are together. Their fathers are still with their mothers. So I say, oh, so what happened? Where did I miss it? What happened to my own parents? So I now start investigating to say what went wrong in my parents' marriage. Does it mean every marriage should end in divorce? And I realized no. Does it mean my marriage should end in a divorce? No. But I had to fix the negative narrative and relearn the positive and replace it with the new. And now I'm living in the new and I'm working it out. Sometimes it wants to come back like, oh, no, no, but I have to keep working at developing the new. I need a positive life. I'm going to have a good marriage. What happened to my parents is not going to happen to me. I was just unfortunate, but it doesn't mean that my partner comes to go anymore. No. So it changes. And so I start to deal with life according to my new narrative, which is a positive narrative, a positive expectation of life and issues and marriage and relationships. So that's my story, for example. Thank you for coming, guys. Gifts are allowed. That's my story. So you would have to investigate. But did you learn something? Now I have to go, guys. I'm going to have to go.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
really enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm the girl that comes to add value to your life. So, bestie, I'd love if you can get with me on a one-on-one so that we can have the conversation a little further, but away from a public space, because everybody's listening. There's things you're never gonna be able to tell me openly when we are here than when we are alone, in a secluded space. So please make sure that you go on my bio, in my profile. You're gonna find my top pinned post. There's my flyer for my coaching, and make sure that you WhatsApp me, get with me, and let's have a session for you. Okay, guys, I also have a membership. If you might feel like, oh, I also want to be able to get with this chick once in a while, I've got a membership. It's only $20 per month. So we will be dealing with different issues, different themes per month that regard personal development and our self improvement. Okay, remember that coaching is just about where am I today versus where I want to go in my life and how do I get there. So we'll be dealing with this. It's just gonna be a nice little cozy group, and we'll have like 2 Zoom sessions a month. So get with me also for the membership. It's only $20, $20 per month, 2 Zoom sessions, 1 hour per session. So bestie, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. More grace to you,
Thank
Mama,
you.
and take care of yourself. Let's get together. Guys, I love you all and thank you so much for being here. I believe that this added value, this added tremendous amount of value. Thank you to all the people that shared. Thank you to all of you that came. If you're here in the For You page, go in my profile, check me out, get with me. I also have a website for my personal development coaching. You can get the link in my TikTok bio. It's got amazing messages that are short but amazing. They'll shift your paradigm. Go and get one. They'll shift your paradigm. We talk about things like free will. We talk about things like communication, like things like I'm over it, things like my husband betrayed me. Go listen to those things and you'll tell me something very soon. Go. All right,
Okay.
guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I love you all.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
See you. See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.